Why do we shake hands when we greet each other? What's the history of the handshake? Shaking hands is ancient, and the oldest example we have of two people shaking hands comes from ancient Mesopotamia and the Assyrian Empire in particular. We have ancient Assyrian carvings that date back to the 9th century BC, so nearly 3,000 years old, that depict two kings shaking hands to seal a truce between two powerful empires. Now, this is the oldest imagery, the oldest reference to shaking hands that we have. So, obviously, at this point in time, shaking hands was obviously a clear sign of unity between two people coming together, skin on skin. But we don't actually know how that originated, how that formed. But this is the oldest imagery we have. We also have ancient Greek carvings from around the 5th century which depict goddesses, gods, and other people shaking hands too. Now, it is believed when it got to this point in history, people didn't just shake hands to seal a truce. There was more of a warrior aspect to it. Warriors would shake hands to show that their dominant hand didn't have any weapons in them. By the Middle Ages, by the medieval period, knights would shake hand, but they would do another thing. They would shake up and down. This would loosen any loose knives or hidden weapons on the person they're shaking hands with, and that is a theory as to why when we shake hands, some people move it up and down. So shaking hands is an ancient tradition that goes back thousands of years, and it looks like it started out as a way to seal a truce between two people, which then evolved to a warrior's greeting to make sure they weren't carrying a weapon, to the medieval times to make sure they weren't carrying a concealed weapon, to eventually just a greeting between two people as a neutral and equal way to greet someone. And it still happens obviously today. And in terms of deal making, there's been a lot of deals on the golf course between two people, between friends, between many people that seal a deal. You know, how many times have you shook hands with a friend or someone in business to seal a deal or to promise something?